For us, really a total team effort. We had to battle through some foul trouble tonight. We had to battle through some players coming back off the injury that hadn't had as many reps, and yet you look up and, we shoot 53% from the field. We do a lot of really good things. It's a quality team. I mean, I have a lot of respect. Creighton's a really good basketball team, and you got to see a glimpse of that in the second half. First half, we did a great job on Malley, great job on Jensen, but you saw when you relax a little bit or just they're so talented, they can really bust you up for some points, and we saw that certainly in the second half.
Is there anything new or unique you can say about Ayoka Lee?
No. I mean, you look at her minutes and you're like, gosh, we need to keep her on the floor a little longer. But Kennedy's given us such a good lift. So, you look at the points from that spot. I thought Amani played well tonight as well. So, once again, we know we're going to need more than just Lee. But I thought Lee did a great job of getting position. I still don't think. Look, I'll be honest. I mean, the hand check fouls, that's a point of emphasis, and we got to get our hands off. But, Lee gets beat up inside every possession, and they don't want to call it because it's like she's so strong, she's so talented, and it's an injustice when they don't call it. And I'm talking to them about it, and I think they know it. It's just, they don't. So that's a good crew, too. It's a really good crew. So, they don't want every trip to be a whistle either, even though I might want it to be. Even though I'll be glad to have it, too much made-for-TV stuff, right? Anyways, I like the way we played for the most part. Got to clean up some things, but we knew that Creighton would expose us, and it's a hard guard for centers. They're a hard guard, and we saw that in the second half.
Was it a point of emphasis to get her the ball as often tonight?
Yeah, we came in saying, look, they're going to do what they do at the offensive end, which is try to drag her away, and we got to make them pay for playing that way. So if they're going to small ball us, we got to make them pay at the other end. And I thought we got off to a great start. I thought the ball was moving pretty timely, and I think that was critical to this game.
And then when she's not in the game, we saw in the third quarter Serena be able to get a lot of success driving to the basket. How much does it open up the lane a little bit if there's less defensive attention there in the lane?
Well, I think that I think we've got to be able to take advantage of that both ways. I mean, they don't like to leave Lee, so the driving lanes are open. I just think, when she's in there, she's such a presence, you got to throw her the ball. But I think one of the things offensively that I'm really liking our growth is that you saw in that third quarter where Sides gets going. You saw that where Poindexter makes plays. Serena, I thought, had an excellent second half. So we've got pretty good balance and pretty good depth in our scoring, and I think for us it's just about making the right play. It's if we can keep that mentality of the we over me and make the right play, everybody's going to have success, and to put up 86 points is a really good deal, really good number for us.
And obviously offensively it's not just Ayoka Lee. How well is your offense playing, and where do you think it still needs to get to?
I think it's playing pretty good. I think that we're still late on some passes, timely passing. I think that our transition game, there were times in this game that I felt like we had three players running hard, and we couldn't take advantage of Creighton because we didn't have all five into the flow of that. So there's areas there we got to work on. Our timing at times wasn't great. Some of that, I think, with Lee coming back, with Taryn, not having many reps, we're still in that phase of that. But, 3 games in, it's hard to argue. We'd take shooting 53% every game, and we'd take only 8 turnovers every game. So we'll take a look at the film and see where we can get better.
You said before the season you wanted to see your team create more turnovers. Not a ton tonight, but I don't know, is that a product of your defense or just the way Creighton plays?
Well, Creighton doesn't turn it over a lot. They do an excellent job with their stuff, and they really challenged us, our communication. They really challenged us with wanting to switch some things. They did a great job in the second half of taking advantage of a mismatch. They knew when to drive it at our centers. They knew when to play pick and pop, and that's a veteran Creighton team. So they did a lot of good stuff. For us, I think it was good that we had to face all of that. We hopefully can play better going forward.
They have a couple great scorers on their team, and you were able to keep them fairly well in check. What was your approach, and how did you feel like you executed?
We just wanted to make Jensen make tough shots and have her take tough shots and not give her anything easy. I thought in the first half we disrupted them a little bit better. I think they had opportunities in the backdoor cut, but they didn't get it because we were disrupting them. Second half, I thought they settled in. They ran a few different looks that we had seen, but we didn't defend as well. And then Mally just made tough shots in the second half. I mean, she had step-back threes. She drove it in there, footwork, had good patience. I mean, she's a heck of a player and a competitor too. I mean, you knew coming out after halftime that both of those kids were going to have a response.
I know we talked about it earlier this week about Serena not scoring a lot but doing some of the little things, and for her to have a second half like she did, how much is that going to help her heading into the rest of non-conference play and I guess the rest of the season? Yeah,
I think she made a lot of right plays in the second half. The pace of play. She never looked out of control. She looked like she was controlling the ball very well. I think that was a big step for her in the second half.
You talked about it a little bit already, but Kennedy, even coming off the bench, 10 points, 6 rebounds, just how special has she been?
Really good performance. That third quarter when we needed it, when the game was still in the balance of they make a push, plus they've got us, they're in the bonus at the 5-minute mark. There were a lot of bad things going on, and yet with Lee on the bench, we saw Sides make plays, we saw Kennedy make plays, we saw Serena do some things. Poindexter got more active, so I liked our answer to their push in that early part of the third quarter.
I know we talked a lot about the length that you guys have on defense, and it seemed like it really helped today in terms of stopping some of their scores. I guess how much did it help to have that kind of length against a team like Creighton?
Well, I think the length looked really good when we kept them between us, but they got too many layup attempts. Now, we erased a few of those with some really tough blocks, but I'm still concerned about our second line of defense, our gap control. When we keep our length in front, when we are able to keep our fouls low, I think that we can be really tough to score against. In this particular game, first half pretty good, second half not so good.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.